Hey guys, it's me, and today's video is very special. I am going to be talking about my favorite roles that I've ever played in plays or musicals or whatever. The roles I'm going to be talking about are basically roles that I feel have really done something to push my career forward, not just my career forward, but have really stood out for some crazy messed up reason. So the first role that I want to talk about is from a little show that I did called The Chair. I played the Tramp. This is 2008, my very first real theater production. The first role that I want to let you guys know about is 2008, my very first theater show ever, The Chair. And I played the Tramp. It was really quite the experience. I wish I had some pictures to show you guys, but I don't. It was a long time ago. So basically, the entire production was just about this one chair. A wooden chair, a nice little wooden chair that gets totally disrespected. So I played the Tramp, and basically what happens to the Tramp is he finds a chair, the chair, and finds a bunch of money under it. Just a little sack of money. And gets super duper excited and starts dancing, and it's awesome, and then he dances on top of the chair, and that's a horrible idea because lightning strikes the chair, he gets electrocuted. And this is my first show ever, you guys. Here's the thing that really stood out from that production and from that particular role. I was supposed to be dragged off stage by this guy playing a policeman, and during the night of the show, he forgot to drag me off. This is my first theater production ever. You're not supposed to run into something until, like this, you know, until you're super duper experienced and you know what to do. This was my first freaking show ever. And so I ended up just, when I got to scene change, I just ran off stage. I took off, had no idea what to do. And so now the people that had done that show, the way that they remember me now is by me playing the Tramp, even though that was so long ago, and I still work with them. So it's really something. Alright, the next role that I want to talk to you about is my first ever lead, and this was for a little show called Law & Order Nursery Rhyme Unit, kind of a parody of Law & Order. I played a part that was actually split into two because there were so many lines. I was only in 5th grade. They didn't expect me to be able to memorize so many lines. So the role was actually split in two and played by 2 people at the same time. You know, it wasn't like a rotating role. It was actually, we both played it at the same time. She got half of the lines and I got half of the lines. And both of us had lines that were like, oh, well my name is Detective Green and are you? And so it was really strange for both of us to be saying that, and I think the audience got super confused. However, it was a really terrific show, really enjoyable. It was my first lead role again, and the fact that I had to memorize that many lines was so different for me. I was not used to that, and it really was an experience, and I had a great time. Alright, now we're going to jump like 4 years into the future. Just a few months ago, I played Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I played Willy Wonka, and this was actually my first ever main lead ever. I had played Bagheera in the Jungle Book the year before, and that was a really big deal. However, Willy Wonka was an even bigger deal. There were a few things about that production that stood out particularly, such as I got to wear like a 6-foot tall purple hat, and if you're watching this and you were in Willy Wonka, you know exactly what I mean. That hat was awesome, but it was tall. Another thing that particularly stood out about the production was the fact that I had a lot of solos, and I had never ever had that many solos before. There have been points in previous productions with like my school or with you know, different theater companies where I had just had like 1 or 2 line solos, and that was it. With Willy Wonka, I was a soloist in 8 different songs. and that was super duper duper cool. The last show I want to talk about is a production that I'm actually currently in of Shrek the Musical. Shrek the Musical is a relatively new musical. It only came out like 5 years ago. Brand new. And I am so excited about this particular production for one reason and one reason only. It's an all-age cast, and this is the first time that I've ever been part of an all-age cast. How they did it is essentially after the cast list was posted, they took the 13 and under kids and put them in a group called Summer Stars. And then everyone else was, you know, obviously like an adult. I was just barely old enough to be considered an adult, and when I got into this show, I was so happy. My role in the show is the shoemaker's elf, and if you remember her from the Broadway version, you'll know that she's kind of kooky and not really like me a whole lot. But the cool thing is I get a blonde wig, and I'm really pumped about that. The only other time that I've had to wear a wig for a show was when I recently did Little Mermaid Jr. I played Flotsam, and I had to wear 2 of those dollar store tinsel wigs on my head. They were really heavy after a while, and for one of the shows they actually almost completely fell off during a curtain call. It was really quite interesting. But anyway, back to Shrek. The thing about Shrek that I really love is it's such a different show, and the feel of it is so professional. All of our leads are Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, Farquaad, Pinocchio are all so incredibly good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there just because currently this video is a lot longer than it should be. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and head on over to my second channel, which the link is down below. I recently posted a cover of Breathe by Taylor Swift over there. Definitely go check that out. It's one of my favorite songs. It's such a beautiful song. And as always, share with people. Social media, email, however you can share really helps me in ways you can't even imagine. So, I guess this is me signing off. I've got to go rehearsal. So, bye guys!